So we're going to try that again here real quickly. So one of the things that's very difficult for human beings is to accept the fact that there is pain and suffering all around them. And as a means of survival, many of us try to ignore the pain and suffering, try to block it out of our minds, try to ignore it, try to look the other way. And it just keeps perpetuating. There's no escaping the pain and suffering. It's there. We all do it, and then what happens? The people around us cover their ears, they turn the other way, they ignore it, and there goes the cycle of perpetual suffering. And I think to myself, when I was watching Black Lives Matter handle their business, taking the microphone away from Bernie Sanders, going to Hillary Clinton rallies and speaking up, there were many conservatives that didn't like Black Lives Matter. There were many Democrats that didn't like the way that Black Lives Matter spoke up. There were many people in the movement that were Bernie-crats that were very, very offended that Black Lives Matter dared speak up and grab the mic from Bernie. There were people all over the place that got upset about that. And then you look down there at the pipeline and No Dapple. And the people there were there for a reason. They were there to block a pipeline. They weren't there to make friends, although they did make a lot of friends. But they were there to protest Native American genocide. They were there to protest taking water. They were there to do a host of things, and they were met with violence. But they were there for one reason and one reason only, and that's to stop a pipeline from going through. So you've got all these situations where people try to bring attention to issues, and it always creates problems. You've got Colin Kaepernick, who's simply taking a knee, and people are sitting there, instead of focusing on the issue that he's bringing up about people taking a knee, they're focusing on the fact that he's not the best quarterback of all time. You're sitting there focused on nonsense instead of focusing on the issue that he's trying to raise. And, we sit there and we talk about where's the anti-war left in America. Well, the anti-war left, quite frankly, left the building. The anti-war left is a small minority of people anymore, okay? It's a small minority of people anymore, largely because people within our own movement have decided to tone police activists. They don't like the nasty voices. They don't like the fists in the air. They don't like solidarity when it comes to fighting, right? And so you see people, and this is something very important. This happened in my real life. I was in Philadelphia. And when I was in Philadelphia, I was walking from Penn Station, which is the train station there in Center City. And I had to walk to the Comcast Center, which is the tallest building in all of Philadelphia, right in the middle of town off JFK Boulevard. And as I was walking down the sidewalk, I noticed what looked like a big tarp laying on the sidewalk, a green tarp. And I kept getting closer, and it started looking more and more like somebody might have been laying there. And I was watching people just walk over it, step over it, walk around it. Their conversation never stopped. They just kept moving on by it, right? Well, as I got closer, I realized it was an actual dead homeless man laying there frozen to death in Philadelphia on the sidewalk. And a police officer came by as everybody else is walking away. And I was running late for a meeting. I had a big meeting I had to get to. But I stopped and I talked to the police officer and I said, I don't know anything. I literally just walked down the street and there's this man, he's laying there frozen dead. Couldn't have been there very long because people, but who knows? I got off my train and was walking the 1 mile from Penn Station to Comcast Center, and there was a dead man. But this is what happens in society. We sit there and we don't want Steve Grumbine to be mean and nasty about economics. We don't want Steve Grumbine to be a one-trick pony, like the environmentalists that go out there and try and block pipelines, or Black Lives Matter who fight for African-American lives. Why would we want Steve Grumbine to stop talking about economics? Because people don't understand. They tuned out the fact that when you cut spending, you kill people. That man on the street is a sign of economic austerity. That man laying on the street is a sign of no health care. That man laying on the street is a sign of no shelter, no food. And people literally tone police me because they don't understand the tie-in, the correlation between a man dying in the streets from exposure to me explaining that austerity created that. They don't like the fact that I talk about the 45,000 suicides every year. And I'm not just talking about the big powers that be. I'm talking about bozos in our own movement that sit there and have the audacity to say I'm a one-trick pony when they don't realize that I care about the environment. I care about health care. I care about free college for all. I care about ensuring that minorities are taken care of for the pain and suffering they've experienced and ending the drug war. I care about so many things it's unbelievable, and they all, every single one of them, from infrastructure to college debt, every single one of them ties back to economics. And what is the one subject progressives seem to be allergic to? Economics. So why in the world do you think I should shut up and tone down? Tone down for what? I'm the one that sat there and saw a homeless guy dead in the streets because of austerity. Why should I tone down? I'm fighting for people like that. Who are you fighting for? Who are you fighting for? Ask that question whenever you feel the urge to tone police and activists. When you have the audacity to be ignorant on a subject, yet act like you have a right to judge. Perhaps you should look in the mirror. You know, nobody likes the alarm clock in the morning. The alarm clock is a pain in the ass, isn't it? You want to turn that damn thing off. You want to throw your phone through a wall. You want to bang that alarm clock and crush it and shut it up. Well, I am that alarm clock. I'm not here to be your buddy. I'm not here to be your BFF, and I'm not here to stroke your hair and make you feel good. I'm not here to get along here. I'm here to wake you up because you would walk right by that dead body. You would walk right by that dead body like everybody else did. Everybody else walked right by that dead body. They walked right by that dead body. No joke. Like it wasn't even there. Like it was just a friggin' broken piece of concrete that they had to avoid. I'm telling you right now, my friends, I care so much about every one of our progressive issues that I won't let go of the key cornerstone issue that drives all of your issues. You want free college? Baby, I can tell you how to pay for it. You want environmental fixes that will save the planet, save us from extinction? I can help you with that. You want to talk about free college? I can do that for you too, baby. You want to talk about eradicating student debt? I got that one covered also. You want to talk about a massive infrastructure plan? Baby, yes, I can help you with that. And you want to know something else too? For all you homeless people thinking about hanging yourselves, I can help you not do that by implementing a federal job guarantee. And I can tell you how to pay for it. So for those people that don't